This is the Dick B YouTube channel. It covers the history of Alcoholics Anonymous and the Christian recovery movement. My name is Dick B. I'm an active recovered member of the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. This is the third program of the Dick B YouTube channel, and it specifically deals with the Great Awakening in St. Johnsbury, Vermont in 1875. This is the first of 6 factors of the Christian recovery movement that contributed to the founding of AA itself. Now for just a glimpse at the Great Awakening that took place in St. Johnsbury, Vermont in 1875. You can find the details in our book, Dr. Bob of Alcoholics Anonymous, his excellent training in the Bible as a youngster in Vermont. There are many other books which we cite in a book I'm going to mention in a moment, and also in the Dr. Bob book, and all of them describe the immense shaking up that took place spiritually in the village of St. Johnsbury, Vermont, as a result of this Great Awakening. The events were widely publicized, with the congregational churches in early 1860 in New England, and particularly in Vermont, declining in numbers and outreach. YMCA lay leaders made a canvass of Vermont and then set about holding gospel and conversion meetings throughout that state. But the greatest success occurred in Dr. Bob's home village of St. Johnsbury, Vermont, shortly before he was born. There, in company with several village churches, the YMCA brethren held meetings in churches, in the St. Johnsbury Academy, and even in the local Fairbanks Scales plant. In a village with a population of about 5,000, about 1,700 people were converted to Christ, and the village was transformed. Churches, including Dr. Bob's church, were erected. Sunday school, prayer meetings, and Bible studies were restored, and the populace itself reflected the Christian messages that had been heard. Without this catalyst, much of the Christian upbringing of both Dr. Bob and Bill in Vermont would have been a lost factor in their later founding of the Akron AA Fellowship in 1935. It appears likely that the later AA insistence on belief in God and coming to Him through Jesus Christ figured highly in the minds of AA co-founders. The later book which we prepared, the Dick B Christian Recovery Guide, which details all of the articles that tell about the Great Awakening in St. Johnsbury, Vermont in 1875. This third video has been about the Great Awakening of 1875 in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And we've assembled in one book, Dr. Bob of Alcoholics Anonymous, the wide variety of accounts of this amazing epoch which occurred in Dr. Bob's home village. That is the book displayed here. Our next video will cover the second major Christian origin of AA, the revival efforts of the YMCA laymen in the 1870s.